Hey everyone, welcome to Daily Revelations. We are on to Esther 4 this week, and the thing that I have you do on Mondays when we read through the chapter the first time is what popped out to you. And I know this is because of our circumstances. This was what just really hit me, and hit me big, because I have read through this chapter multiple times before we started this, and really wasn't caught by this till this morning. And God just said, wake up. This is something important. Esther is isolated. The king is isolated. We all know what isolation now feels like. And isolation at first is a shocking thing. But now we're getting into this phase and this quarantine where we're starting to kind of settle into it. And we're making this new normal. And unfortunately, this new normal is a bubble. It's a bubble of the things that we choose to bring in, people we choose to influence us, the news that we decide that will come in. Naturally in life, it doesn't work that way because we have these unexpected interactions with others when we're out and about and doing things. And that's really good because it confronts our bubbles. And Esther didn't want her bubble broken, and that's a lot of what this chapter is about. Here, this decree is put out against the Jews to kill them, and Esther has no idea what's going on. She is in such a protected, isolated place. And the king, I thought it was really surprising. He didn't even allow people that were wearing sackcloth to come in to the palace area, not even the courtyards. So that means keep the bad stuff out. Only the good stuff is allowed to come in. And don't we do that? We're like, oh yeah, let's let in the good stuff and we'll watch some good, funny, happy movies, but let's not think about everything else that's going on. And yet God says, just like Mordecai says to Esther, what if God created you for a time like this? What are you doing? Are you wasting that or are you using it? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing in this time? Or are you quite happy in your little bubble? And that's something we all need to think about. And because I hear a lot of people saying, well, we had these Zoom meetings and a lot of people were coming. My daughter was saying this about youth group. And now there's like only a handful of people coming. What are they doing? Well, they're content in their isolation more than likely. And they're finding other things to do that they don't feel as much of a demand to go out and do those things outside. And I've heard that from teachers with online classes. I've heard that from youth groups. I've heard that from support groups. So it's across the board to keep showing up and keep doing those things. And I know I'm as guilty as you are. Unfortunately, my type of support has changed during this quarantine because now I'm battling cancer. So some of my groups that I had been in before, I had to change out for some cancer support groups. But I'm making sure I'm not isolated and pushing myself to say, oh no, I just don't feel like it tonight. Yes, I'm going to do it. And even join new groups that I've never been to before because I know I got to keep doing that. We need to keep putting ourselves out there, even if it isn't physically, but to just keep doing it. Because that's what we learn. And Mordecai challenged Esther in this. And I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge myself too. Get out of your bubble. Don't let this isolation thing become a new norm. Reach out to somebody. Tell somebody that you're thinking about them. You're praying for them. Set up a one-on-one Zoom chat or something on Google or however, or even a phone call. To connect with others and don't stay isolated because we need each other. So anyways, we're going to keep on studying Esther 4 this week. I'm excited to finish up this week with you and see what God brings to all of us for greater understanding. So have an awesome day, everybody, and I'll see you again tomorrow.